What's up, guys? So I just wanted to make a video about Tesla. So I have not been talking about Tesla for a while, and obviously, I had some really good calls on Tesla on this channel, but I also had some bad calls, right? So I called the bottom when we were, at these levels on this YouTube channel. Then, I told you guys it was going to go close to 500. So we almost went there. But then, like an idiot, I took zero profits, right? So I lost a lot of unrealized gains because obviously, well, the stock crashed. The big reason why the stock crashed was because of Elon Musk. And that's what I want to talk about, right? There was a management crisis at Tesla. And right now, we have some good news. If you're a long-term investor like me in Tesla and you're bullish, right? Of course, I had to reduce my size because I had way too much size. Thank God I did, by the way. Holy crap. If I had not, reduced my size based on risk management, oof, I would have not been very happy. Let's just put it that way, right? But there's some good news. And that's what I want to talk about in this very short video for Tesla. So I'll just keep the candlestick and the short term, as you guys can see, we had a big bounce, right? So we kept basically, having these bottoms right here at about 220, 225. So I did scoop a little bit actually right here. Obviously, I can't make a video every time I'm buying the dip, but in this video, super quick, just want to talk about why the stock is going up. Earnings were horrible, but there was a good news in the earnings, and that's what basically I just want to talk about from the highs. And that's pretty crazy. Yeah, I was about 50% drop, right? And all of it was basically caused by Elon Musk being the head of Doge, right? He was never supposed to do that. He was just supposed to be an advisor. But now that's the good news is Elon Musk just confirmed on the earning calls that we just had a couple of days ago that he was departing from Doge, not 100%, which is obviously what we want to hear, but he has said that he's basically going to deport more than 50% of his time away from Doge. The point is, obviously, I'm here to make money. I'm still long-term bullish on Tesla because of the innovation. Told you guys this is like basically, investing in Apple 10 years ago because of the full self-driving, FSD, and Optimus, the robot. And right now, that's why the stock basically is going up. Rightfully so. It's all about Elon Musk and the management crisis he caused at Tesla. So hopefully that makes sense. Just wanted to let you guys know that the factor that made the stock go down 50% is now being solved because Elon is departing. And that's what I told you guys in my videos a couple of months ago. I told you guys there was only two options here. After he did that move, and I said that in, all the past videos I made about Tesla, that I was not happy personally as a long-term investor in Tesla. I never lost hope because I understood the technology and what they were doing with FSD, the taxi fleet, and Optimus, right? But still, like it was not something that he should have done. I was really not happy. A lot of investors were not happy with Elon, but right now, basically, he's going back to Tesla and to these other businesses to focus his energy on what matters. And that's basically what the problem was in the first place. And I told you that the first option was Elon pivots at one point or he gets ousted as CEO. If you guys remember that, those were my exact words. Told you guys that if he continued beyond this year, beyond the end of this year, he would get basically ousted as CEO of Tesla. I'm happy that he's already pivoting. I'm happy that that's not the case. I think he's still very important for the future growth of Tesla and the future vision of the company. So that's pretty much it. Video super quick, 5 minutes, very rare for me. Just wanted to hop on here and talk about the fundamental reasons why the Tesla stock is performing well right now, especially that we also have the S&P 500 that's bouncing as I was expecting. Told you guys that I was expecting a rip your face rally at one point, that we could go to these higher levels. Talked about it in my last videos. But this video is just about Tesla and just wanted to talk about that. Very good, super good news. So the point is, obviously right now, the market structure is not looking good, right? So we're almost at a second standard deviation if I zoom in. Obviously right now, I mean, it's not the same risk reward. If you look at right now, we're at a 0.44 risk reward right here on the right of my screen. I do think we could push a little bit higher to about, close to 300. like a little bit above right here, push a little bit above that 200 moving average. But then if the rest of the market pulls, I do expect Tesla to pull back. So the point is basically right now, the next coming months is going to be a great time to accumulate as much Tesla as you can. I apologize if some of you guys probably got caught in this terrible move to the downside. I could have not predicted that Elon went rogue like that. But anyways, it happened. I told you guys that long term, nothing changed when it comes to the fundamental and the technology of the company. And the valuation of this company could really go crazy because of obviously full self-driving and Optimus. So that's pretty much it. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that helps. These are the key levels on my chart right here. So if you want, in my humble opinion, for me personally, right, every time we go below 250, right, between 200 and $250 per share US, I'm talking about the share on the US stock exchange. For me, it's most likely going to be a buy. Of course, we could go to this lower level, right, which is 180, 190. We could go below 200, but that would need a market crash, basically, right? We would need to continue the market sell-off, which I'm personally expecting. But in the same time, it's hard to tell if we're going to retest the lows or are we going to break them, right? So that's obviously something that we'll have to continue monitoring. I'm still bearish, bigger picture right now for the next coming months. I still think we're in a bear market based on my models. So hopefully that makes sense. And so basically Tesla's going to follow the broad market. But at one point, especially at the moment, we get back in the bull market, which we will. Tesla is going to be a runner. It's going to be a horse where, if you don't have a 5 to 10% allocation in your long-term portfolio, in my humble opinion, you're going to miss on one of the best trades ever, especially once Optimus kicks in the valuation and that Wall Street starts re redoing basically the valuation spreadsheets and model on the growth of Tesla. That it could go pretty crazy. So that's it. Hopefully that makes sense. I wish you a beautiful day, under 10 minutes, so shouldn't be too painful for you guys to listen. So yeah, good news for Tesla. Obviously, broad market environment, I'm still bearish, but you know, we're closer to the bottom than we were a couple of months ago when we were topping in the market. So that's also a good news. So right now, just wait for lower levels when it comes to levels where you're comfortable buying, where I'm comfortable buying, right? Those are some of the key levels you can see on my chart. In the same time, not financial advice, right? You need to take your own trades and I take my own trades, right? Yeah, wish you a beautiful day. Stay blessed and God bless you.